I'm Dr. Dan Stock of PureHealth Functional Family Medicine, and we're going to have a discussion about CBD. So CBD stands for cannabidiol, and it's one of the components that's found from the cannabis genus, both in hemp and in marijuana. And it's a chemical that interacts in what's called the endocannabinoid system of the body. This is a biochemistry system whenever two cells are touching each other and talking, whether it's a nerve cell talking to another nerve cell, or whether it's an immune system cell talking to another immune system cell. When that cell gives a signal to this cell sends what's called an endocannabinoid back to tell this guy, I got the message, you don't have to send it again. And that system is frequently broken in neurologic, immunologic, and psychiatric disease. I think the most common myth is that it somehow gets you high. I can tell you that I don't know that you could take enough CBD oil to possibly alter your mental status with it. Because of the way CBD works, it actually never makes your body make anything. It just blocks your ability to break down the chemical this cell makes to talk to that one. So if this cell doesn't make it, CBD doesn't have any effect on what's going on with the other cell here. Probably the second one is that it comes from marijuana. While there is CBD in marijuana, it's not the active ingredient in marijuana. And most CBD made in the country is actually not gotten from marijuana, it's gotten from hemp, which is in the same class of plants that marijuana is in, but is not marijuana. And I think probably the third one is that it's illegal. Because it's not illegal, it won't alter your drug test, you won't show up as a pot smoker if you go take a drug test on CBD. But I think there's a lot of people who are afraid that it's going to do that. I think probably the most important thing to know is the therapeutic window, which is the window between the dose that makes you get a benefit and the dose that makes you have a side effect, is phenomenally wide. So that to injure somebody with CBD is probably not possible to do without bankrupting them, because you'd have to take so much. That's probably the most important fact to know about. And the other fact to know about it is it actually doesn't bind to the same area in the cell that THC, the active ingredient in marijuana, binds to. That's why it can't give you the high. And probably the most important fact to know is that who you're really looking for to benefit from CBD is somebody with a neurologic, immunologic, or psychiatric disturbance. Whether that's chronic pain, because pain is almost always a neurologic phenomenon, or anxiety or depression, or whether it's coming from somebody who has an autoimmune disease like allergies that are out of control, or somebody who has MS. I think some people don't like the taste if they get the wrong flavor, but almost everybody's making a flavor of CBD nowadays that doesn't then upset somebody. I haven't been able to find a side effect yet from anybody in my career, as long as it's being made by a reputable manufacturer who's using a CO2 extraction process and is using organic hemp. There are some manufacturers who don't use organic hemp, and then sometimes they extract out some of the pesticides along with that. They can cause some problems that way. But I haven't seen that in my career, mostly because I just don't send anybody to those manufacturers. I would encourage them to speak with their physician, because if the physician knows a lot about CBD, he knows that there's several different ways to extract and prepare CBD oil, and that CBD can be prepared in both a water-soluble and an oil-soluble form, and that they each have a benefit and a place to be used at. What I wouldn't recommend anybody to do is just go to the internet and start buying CBD, because this has become a rather expansive market where there are a lot of people getting into it, or making some fairly mediocre to poor preparations of CBD. So the first thing I want to do is talk with their doctor to analyze to see if the preparation they're getting is a chemically useful preparation for them. And then if you want to go shopping on your own without talking with your doctor, I'd recommend you get somebody who's done a supercritical CO2 extraction, and that's being done from an organic hemp plant. If anybody would like to be evaluated for whether CBD will help their condition, I'm happy to see them at PureHealth Functional Family Medicine, 15510 Harriman Boulevard, Noblesville, Indiana. You can call the office at 317-559-2515 to set up an appointment.